In this video, we are in the Disney Princess Healthy Treats. We're doing one of the appetizers or snacks that they have listed, and it's Pocahontas inspired, and it's called Flit Berry Pudding Dip. And I'll show you the picture of it right there that's in the cookbook. So this is just basically blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, and you just kind of like make like a sauce with them on your stovetop, and then you dip into them. I have to say, looking at this, it reminds me a lot of a pie I do. I actually do a very similar pie recipe where I take these three fruits as well as strawberries and I kind of mash them down on the stove, kind of like what we're doing here. And then I add them with some real fruit and put them in a pie crust and bake them. But anyway, I'll show you how this is done. Okay, so I have my pan with my blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. And I rinse them off and I have them in the pan. And the stove I turned on to a low heat. Now I'm going to add half a cup of water. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of honey, and it says you can adjust this for your taste. I'm just going to start with the 2. Okay, so now it says you can use a smasher or a spoon. I've got both here, like a potato smasher, to kind of break these down and release the juices. Okay, so they're kind of mashed, not really. So what I'm going to do is kind of let this kind of cook. It says to let it cook for like 30 minutes. And then every so often, I'll kind of mash it down a little bit and try to break these fruits down. I know as they get warmer, they'll be a little bit easier to break down. So right now we're about halfway through the 30 minutes that it says it needs for this to simmer and to become like a thick sauce. As you can see, it's starting to steam a little bit more and the fruit is starting to break down more. Okay, so I'm about 30 minutes in, and that's about as long as it says, but I don't think this is quite done yet. It says it should be kind of thickened, so I expect it to be like more of like a jelly consistency, and I don't think it's quite there yet. So I'm just going to keep letting this cook and stirring it every so often so it doesn't stick. It's now been about an hour. I think I finally got this to a more dip-like consistency like they were going for with this. Still worried it might be a little runny stuff. We'll try it. We're going to let it chill for a little bit, you know, to see if it thickens a little bit more, and then we'll taste test it. Okay, so I'm gonna try it while it's still warm, because it says you can do it warmed or chilled. So I'm gonna try it both ways to see what I prefer. So it's still a little warm. I'm gonna try it also in 2 different things. I've got a green apple slice here, which I'm gonna do first. Yeah, it's pretty good. The acidity or the tartness from the green apple goes really nice with the fruit, and the fruit tastes as much as I had expected. All right, so here's what I have next. Animal cracker. Yep, still pretty tasty. Both are pretty good. So I'm going to let it chill as well and then taste it chilled to see what I prefer. Review time on the Flit Berry Pudding Dip. Yeah, I really liked it. It was good warm. It was good chilled. I don't know if I actually had a preference. Maybe chilled a little bit, actually. I think I might have preferred it, but they were both really good. As I said in the intro, it reminded me a lot of a similar recipe that I use for pie that I make. And I kept thinking of that pie when I was eating this. Like it reminded me so much of it. Now with the apple, it was a little bit more crisp and refreshing. When I dipped the animal cracker with it, I definitely thought more of a pie because, you know, animal cracker and crust, you know, kind of some similarities there a little bit. But yeah, it was tasty. My husband enjoyed it as well. So let's get into the rankings. The first are the ingredients, and that's where I rank how easy they are to find costs, like cost and combination of easy to find. These are 1. Excuse me. Everything is super easy to find. It's not really super expensive. So yeah, it's a 1. Difficulty on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being easy and 5 being hard. I'm gonna get it slightly above a 1, just at a 1.5. It's really not hard, but you do have to kind of watch it to kind of mash everything down. And it did take longer than what the cookbook said. The cookbook said 30 minutes, but for me, it took closer to an hour to get to a consistency that I felt was more dip appropriate. But either way, it's pretty simple. And then would I make this again on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being never because I hated it and 5 being absolutely, it's awesome, I want to make it all the time? I'm gonna give it a 4. I liked it. Like I said, it reminded me of the pie. I definitely would making the pie. I make that every year for my husband's birthday because he loves that pie so much. That's his birthday like request, is instead of cake, he wants pie. So I have those fruits. I think I would do something similar. So yeah, I will make it. Might not say I make often, but yeah, I'll definitely make it because it was tasty and it was a nice kind of light, healthy, refreshing dip.